Ladies and gentlemen, hi and a very good morning to all of you. Welcome to our forum. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for attending our forum for today. We will be discussing on something that interested and related with our current situation. So, without any further, let me introduce you to our panel that will be discussing on our issue today. So, we have invited 4 panel to our forum. Our first panel is Nur Alisa binti Yusaimi, second panel Nur Alia binti Aniran, our third panel is Rabiatul Fatanah binti Anwar Hashim, and our last panel, the only one man in our forum, is Nur Shafi Fazri bin Muhammad Hazi. Again, welcome to our discussion session. And I hope that all of you are in peace of health with me, Farna Ittihad, as your moderator for today's forum. So, our topic for today is online class or physical class, what say you? As we know that the COVID-19 pandemic took the world by surprise globally. Everything has stopped, project has been delayed, workplace has been closed, and school has been shut down. The world seems currently a story with an ending that is yet to be unraveled, and that is coronavirus. However, students still continue their education through online learning. The method is currently the best alternative as keeping school open poses risk for students. And as we can see that our country universities have adapted this approach, and it is to make sure that even though we face a big crisis, we still can run the education system very well. Students, teachers, and lecturers are suffering from burnouts as they try to adjust to the new normal of online classes. And recently we found out that many college students has expressed their feelings on social medias on how stressed they are in taking online class. So, regarding this issue, let us hear our panel opinion. Online class or physical class, what say you? Nur Alisa, can you share your opinion on this issue?
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Alisa. In my opinion, physical class is better than online class. Physical class creates a face-to-face environment for students and lecturers. They refer to a classroom setup where everyone can communicate with each other and engage. Moreover, many of the elements in a physical classroom bring positivity and concentration to students regarding study. They also help the student to feel less distracted. This is because an academic environment surrounds them. Physical class is better than online classes because engagement and focus are essential to the learning process, but are in short supply under the online learning regime. Without face-to-face interaction with professors and classmates, some students may have difficulty concentrating and avoiding questions in class. More directly, online classes are filled with ready-made distractions, including online notifications, chat features on Zoom, and other uncontrollable household or neighborhood disturbance.
Thank you, Nur Alisa Yusaimi, for your opinion. So, from your point, it did show that you are strongly agree with physical class platform rather than online class. So, we move to our second panel, Nur Alia. Do you agree with Nur Alisa that you will get a better concentration in physical class?
Thank you to the moderator. My name is Nur Alia, one of the student council at UiTM Seremban. My point is about physical class. Students can have a closer relationship with their lecturer. Students can have a personal access to their tutors and develop learning skills that can improve their understanding of the subject. They can make the relationship between the students and the lecturer will be closer. The relationship between student and lecturer is very important. This relationship can be lead to a motivation, emotional, and the others. So, students can take that as one of the achieved successors in the examination. Many studies have examined the effect of the student and the lecturer relationship in enhancing student motivation toward learning. Whether 1998 defined teacher support as providing emotional support to students, while crafting 2006 defined that the teacher support providing extra academic help and existing student personal concern. Based on their studies, both conclude that teacher support has a positive influence on enhancing students' academic motivation. For instance, Anhara 1996 studied the effect of the learning environment on studies motivation. That I can conclude is I believe that teachers had to give more importance to the nature of the teacher-learner relationship, particularly as it affects student learning related to motivation and belief. By having a closer relationship, the student will be more comfortable asking questions or advice from their lecturer. Students can be more successful in the examination.
I want to counter for Alisa point. Okay, that is a better concentration. Alisa said that with physical classes they can concentrate more because students can interact with each other. Students can interact with lecturers, students, and all their friends, and students can make group discussion so that it will make a better concentration and better learning environment. But we need to know that nowadays we have application like Zoom meeting, we have Google meeting, we have Microsoft Teams, and also WhatsApp video call, and many application that give us the power, the medium for us to make group discussion and to lecture us. We can still talk and we can still open our camera, and show our face and talk with.
I strongly agree with Alisa's point that the physical class has less distraction. This is because in the online class that students have many distractions like internet connection problems, family member matters, and the others. The distraction can make the burden for students to focus on the class online. For example, I live in rural areas that do not have a strong internet connection because I use the hotspot internet on my phone. Even though the government has given 50 ringgit, but on my area I do not have strong coverage to the internet, and that make me not clearly hear what the lecturer teaches on that day. Indirectly, it is making me cannot easily focus on the online class. So I think this is physical class is better than online class because the student can easily interact with their lecturers and easily focus during the class.
Well, I am more on physical class side. Physical class gives students sense of purpose and motivates them not only to pursue a degree, but also to learn contrary to online class, which only encourage them to graduate and not to learn debates and in-class discussion with lecturers and peers. Motivate students to share and express their own views. The classroom for me is the ideal place for students or even anybody, especially those who are afraid to speak out their own opinion,
It is a perfect place to practice and conquer the kind of fear as students when they receive face-to-face command or critiques from lecturers. Of course, it will motivate them to enhance or improve their work and reflect on what they have learned. Physical classes provide an advantage over online learning. For individuals, motivation is not a skill which can be acquired easily. If students were permitted or were told to perform the task on their own, they may have work complete, but it does not teach.
Thank you to the panels for your opinions. So, let us hear from our next panel. Third panel, Rabiatul Fatana. Do you agree that by physical class it will increase student motivation?
Hi, my name is Rabiatul Fatana binti Ibnu Hashim and I am a student from University Teknologi Mara Cawangan Negeri Sembilan, Campus Remban 3. I am really sorry, but I don't really agree with what Alia said. In my opinion, having a closer relationship with tutors will not be a problem if we use technology instead. Nowadays, technology is everywhere. You can see proof from the societies that their engagement towards devices such as smartphone, laptops have been seen all around the world to contact or needing any guidance. It will be a lot easier and faster if you use technology such as smartphones. We can use emails, WhatsApps, Telegrams, and any platform that have been offered via internet. Based on the article that I've read, technology has the ability to foster better communication skills. In the article, the author points out that technology and communications are not mutually exclusive. In the rise of digital communication, technology can have communication skills because it allows people to learn written communication to varying audience. In this case, to communicate with lecturers will not be a big problem for the students because they can easily communicate or contact their tutors in what things are not clear. The author also mentions that with technology being a standard in most office environments, employees and managers must learn ways of communicating in person and meetings and during daily work routines, but also making sure that they are updated or any company announcements via emails or digitally posted. It can be seen clearly in modern days, technology will be the main source of communication specifically involved in any environment of workplace. To conclude my agreement, students will not have to waste their time to go to the lecturer's room and ask for guidance. Thus, it will benefit students that require long distance travel from the place of staying. That's all. Thank you.
Just believing that they would do better if they went to class in person could subtly push a self-fulfilling prophecy among students who think they are not competent enough to learn online and therefore careless and worthless. Students have lectures, tutorial assignments, tests, quizzes, and exams that they have to do. However, you have more opportunities to postpone it to another day because you don't have to be there in person. Physical classroom involves interacting with different lecturers face-to-face, asking more questions if there is any confusion in any topic they have learned. Moreover, it allows students to interact with their friends. Face-to-face classes lead to organic discussion, where students exchange ideas with each other. This builds up their team working and team building skills. Students can gain more ideas among each other. The physicality of in-person classes presents a sense of community that can easily get lost online. Students notice that they can form personal connection with like-minded peers who share academic interests in the classroom. This connection experience is not easily replicated online, as most students rarely talk to each other during and after online classes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rabiatul Fatana, and my view on this topic, that is online classes will result in more comfortable environment. Based on the article that I've read, the author Stephanie Norman stated that the online classes will result in students with more comfortable environment. By attending classes for hours, sitting on uncomfortable chair and suffering from the back pain, by the end of the day will resulted and give bad impacts towards the students. The author points out that by performing online classes, they will not be bound to physical session. All lecturers and needed materials are provided via online platforms, so they will easily access them from the comfort of their home. They will not have to take any public transport to get to the campus. They will have to spend money on gas for their car, and they will have to get up early to get dressed for class. Thus, the list of convenience goes on and on and on. The author also mentioned that comfort is a strong advantage, but it can go both ways. They must not allow themselves to get too comfortable when studying from home. So, it will be best to abandon the couch for a few hours a day and set up an inspirational study environment in your home. The author points out that with classroom learning, students must physically attend the courses to get credits for attendance. Those who must travel long distance to get to school must allow enough time to arrive on time, particularly in instances in which inclement weather is also involved, such as heavy rain. That's all from me. Thank you.
In some cases, the classroom environment is the only style of education the students know, and therefore the situation that they are more comfortable learning in. In the classroom, students get the opportunity for hands-on structured learning instead of being presented with the course book, written lecture, and self-directed activity distance learning provide. Many students rely on this structure to support their learning, and changing to an online learning experience might make it challenging for them to retain material. Classroom environment promote and stimulate a dynamic known as collaborative learning. Collaborative learning translates into a type of learning in which the pairing of grouping of students is required to complete a task or to come to a specific outcome. Teaching in a classroom gives students the opportunity to engage in live discussion, in which they are forced to use their critical thinking skill to formulate opinion or argument. Physical class also allows for group project and student interaction. As a result, they can learn from each other and share doubts and concerns. These social ties can help to come up with new ideas and stimulate creativity. Besides that, give a stable and solid plan. Students who lack self-discipline value a study plan that offers stability and is easy to follow. Physical class forces the student to attend the lesson and to study when required. Students can easily hold face-to-face interaction and solve complex assignments as a group with other classmates.
Hello and hi. My name is Nushafi Fazri, and I'm a student. And myself, personally, I agree that online classes is better than physical classes. Why? Because I have read one article in the internet that titled "Benefit of Online Learning: 7 Advantages of Online Degree by Kevin Miller. In this article, the writers say that one of the benefits of online learning is flexibility and self-based learning. For my first point is the teacher, lecturer, and student can set their own timing. Timing is so important. So important. If the teachers, lecturer are busy, they can set a new timing. The student can set new timing with the student. If students are busy, so they can set a new timing with the lecturer or teachers. But in physical classes, we need to follow the schedule. So if the schedule say that the class start at 8 a.m. in the morning, so all the parties to go to the class at 8 a.m. in the morning. But the online learning, they can understand each other and they can set a good timing, so that they can focus on what they do. If the lecturer or teachers are busy and the student are also busy, they didn't get a good timing. The lecturer and the teachers can record a video lecture and post it on online platform, so the student can access it, can review it. The same piece of learning, some students are slow learner student, some students are fast learner student. So in order to make this different, online learning is the best to create this platform, to create this flexibility online learning. Lecturer, teacher, when they record video and post it on online platform, student can review with, student can see it, student can view it anytime, anywhere they want and how many times they want. So for the fast learner student, they maybe can watch the video just for one time and they can understand. But for slow learner student, they can watch anytime and how many times they want. They can watch 2 or 3 times and they can pause where they didn't understand and rewind, so that they will understand. They also can pause when they want to make note. So when they take note, sometimes they miss the lecture in the physical classes. But in the online learning, they will not miss the lecture because they can rewind and post it and make their own notes. So that is what we call flexibility in the online learning. So online learning is very good for flexibility.
Going online is a good solution for current situation of COVID-19 problem, but it is not without the challenges. I would say online learning has been give a big impact to the failure because it is making a big gap between students and lecturers. First, let's talk about the laptop and computing. methods? Well, actually, not everyone has their own laptop or proper devices for online learning. So, students might need to share it with their sibling for online classes. The point that I want to focus is whether when they must use the laptop at the same time for two different classes, for example. So, how if they have a smartphone, then it is all good. But how about the student who do not have a phone that is smart enough to use or install all of the apps that used for online classes, such as Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, and so on? A study by Ministry of Education on students' readiness in online learning last year found that over 35% of students do not have smart devices enabled them to attempt online classes. This is quite worrisome. It also can be a method for them when it comes to for completing the assignments or taking tests and exams. Well, if they have a working parent, they can just borrow the laptop from them. But it is also quite hard to share because since we all know because of COVID-19, it is not just students affected, but also their parents, which is they have to work from home. So yeah, it is really difficult to share with their parents. But how about unfortunate ones, those who come from poverty family or even underprivileged, which cannot afford to buy a laptop or proper access for online learning? So it can be a real issue here. Okay, last we talk about internet connection. As we already know, not everyone has a good access to Wi-Fi connection. At home, most students need to use their own money to buy internet data. This can lead to money issue, as we already know that student doesn't have any income unless they have to work at the same time they have to attend online classes. So for those does not have any income, it is quite hard for them to buy the data by using their own money. Even the government's initiative provide free 1 GB internet quota daily for all the telco to students, and it is helpful students to attend class, but it has limited internet and full internet coverage, especially in rural areas, is still a constant situation of lagging internet speed. Also hampered the learning process as it would cause students to miss out on part of classes via live video sessions when dealing with internet problems during class. Students will not know what to ask since the topic discussed is already being covered by the lecturers during the meet. So this requires additional effort from the affected student to search for additional material or referring to their friends who finished the class. The expected long-term effect is that the affected students will most likely face stress issues, increased depression, occurs, then eventually give up, then will leave back remarks on the education journey.
Thank you for sharing your opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, from this forum, the facts are that there are advantages and disadvantages to every type of learning environment, either physical classes or online classes. For physical classes, we can see that it is good for students in terms of their studies because students can be more concentrated in their studies and they will have a close relationship with their teachers, lecturers, and friends. Also, from physical class, it will motivate them to study, while we can see that in online classes, it more pros to personal life as in financial view, and students will have flexible times in their learning. So to conclude, there is no easy answer because there are both pros and cons to display to this platform of learning. Also, we could not say that better because it depends on how individuals tackle the issue is regarding to current situation. and only time will tell whether online class will be a good substitute for normal classes. If there will be a rise in online educational program and universities. So lastly, again, I would like to thank to all of our panel because of the opinion that they have been showing for today's program. Thank you for attending our forum discussion. That's all from us. Thank you.